Now he could see it wasn't a treasure chest at all. It was a rusty freight car of old tin cans. Oh dear, that's not special. Then he heard a whistle. It was Whiff. He had come to take the freight car to the garbage dump. Hello, Toby. Why are you looking at old tin cans? Toby felt very silly. He chuffed quickly away. Toby puffed sadly to a junction. Thomas was on his way back to Tidmouth. Hello, Toby. Sir Topham Hatt is waiting for you at Great Waterton. Bust my buffers. He had spent too much time looking for something special. Now he was late. So Toby steamed quickly away. Toby huffed to the halt. The workmen boarded Henrietta, and they puffed quickly away. Toby knew he had to hurry to Great Waterton. Then Toby saw something bright shining on a sidetrack. Maybe this is special. Now Sir Topham Hatt won't be cross with me, Toby thought. But it wasn't something special. It was an old piece of metal stuck in the bushes. Then there was trouble. Toby had puffed so far looking for something special, he had run out of coal. Toby felt terrible. He hadn't found anything special. He hadn't delivered the workmen, and he hadn't been a really useful steam tram.
Thomas saw Ari waiting in a siding. Oh no, it's Ari, moaned Thomas. I can't let him smell how stinky I am. So Thomas backed quickly away and turned left at the next junction. Next, Thomas saw Bert. So this time he turned right. Wherever I go, there are diesel engines, chuffed Thomas. Thomas puffed backwards and forwards across the island. He wanted to stay away from Diesel, Ari, and Bert. But then there was trouble. Oh no, groaned Thomas. I'm back at the dairy, right where I started. Suddenly, Thomas saw Ari rumbling towards him. Thomas backed away as fast as he could. But he didn't see Bert pulling up behind him. Thomas bumped into Bert, and the stinky cheese shot into the air and splattered down all over Thomas, Bert, and Ari. Now we're really stinky, moaned Ari.
The most stinky engines ever, groaned Bert.
Ari and Bert rushed straight to the washdown. Thomas wanted to go to the washdown too, but Thomas's cheese was all over the track. What am I going to do? He puffed sadly. Then the dairy foreman arrived. Thomas, there is another cheese load ready at the dairy. But you'll have to puff quickly, said the foreman. The boat is waiting for you. Soon, Thomas was racing to the docks with a new delivery of cheese. Thomas could smell the stinky cheese. Phew, he wished. But he knew he had to carry on. Must get to the docks, he chuffed. Oh, yeah, what a smelly delivery, wished James as he passed. Even though his friends could smell the stinky cheese, Thomas chuffed on. When he arrived at the docks, Diesel was there being unloaded.
Hey, you! You really are the stinkiest steam engine on Sodor, Thomas,
he oiled. Thomas has brought the stinky cheese, cheered the dock workers. Well done, Thomas, said Sir Topham Hatt. Sodor cheese is famous for being really stinky. And this is the most stinky Sodor cheese I have ever smelled. You are a really useful engine.
Thank you, sir, puffed Thomas.
Now go to the washdown, added Sir Topham Hatt.
Just then, Harry and Bert arrived at the docks. They were shiny, clean, and fresh from the washdown.
Diesel, Harry, and Bert, boomed Sir Topham Hatt. Now you can shunt the stinky cheese.
Oh, no, groaned Harry, Diesel, and Bert.
Hee-hoo, puffed Thomas. What a stink!
It was a bright, crisp winter's day on the island of Sodor. All the engines were hard at work carrying passengers and freight. Thomas was very excited. He had a special job to do. The toy shop was to have a grand opening for the winter holiday season. The workers at the toy factory had worked hard to make lots and lots of toys in time for the grand opening. Thomas's job was to take toys from the factory to the toy shop. It was hard work, but Thomas was enjoying it. He felt really useful doing something so important, and he was looking forward to seeing the children's happy faces. On the day of the grand opening, Sir Topham Hatt came to Tidmouth Sheds.
A new machine for the toy factory has arrived, he said. Henry, I want you to pick it up from Brendam Docks and take it to the factory as soon as possible. And while you are there, he added, you can take the last load of toys from the factory to the toy shop.
Thomas was disappointed. He thought that was his job. Maybe he could pick the children up after school and take them to the grand opening. But Sir Topham Hatt gave that job to Emily.
You ought to do other jobs today, he told Thomas.
Thomas hurried off to start his new jobs. But he was very sad not to be helping with the grand opening. The signal at the next station was red. Thomas stopped. The station master was waiting for him with a message. It was from Sir Topham Hatt.
Emily has broken down, said the station master.
You must get all your jobs done as quickly as possible. Then you are to collect the children after school and take them to the toy shop. Thomas was sad for Emily, but excited to take the children. He puffed away quickly. There was a lot to do. Thomas was happy to be helping with the grand opening after all. He almost burst his boiler as he puffed around the island. At last, Thomas finished his jobs. He picked up Annie and Clarabel and steamed off to collect the children. Thomas puffed through the docks. He was surprised to see Henry was still there. Then Thomas saw that Henry was trapped by a large crate. What happened, Cranky? Asked Thomas.
That crate slipped off my hook, snapped Cranky crankily.
Thomas was worried. Henry still had to collect the last load of toys from the factory for the toy shop. What if the toys arrive late for the grand opening, wished Thomas. The children will be very disappointed.
I'll go as soon as the line's clear, puffed Henry.
I know, puffed Thomas excitedly. I can collect the toys from the factory. Then I'll pick up the children.
You won't be able to pull all the cars of toys as well as Addie and Clarabel, said Henry.
Don't worry, Thomas whistled. I can do it. There was very little time left before the grand opening. Got to hurry, puffed Thomas.
Doing our best, chanted Annie and Clarabel.
At last, Thomas reached the toy factory. He was coupled up to a long train of freight cars, and he set off for the toy shop.
Thomas had been working hard all day, and he wasn't used to pulling such a heavy load. It's very hard work, Puff. You can do it, sang Annie and Clarabelle. Soon Thomas was steaming up Gordon's Hill. The top, must get to the top, he huffed. But he went slower and slower and slower until eventually he stopped altogether. I have to go on, wished Thomas, but he wasn't strong enough. The train started to pull Thomas backwards down the hill. He applied his brakes, but it didn't help. He slid all the way to the bottom. Thomas was very upset. I've let everyone down, he puffed sadly, especially the children. Just then, he heard another engine coming. It was Henry. The workmen had cleared the line at the docks. What's the matter, Thomas? Henry asked. Thomas told him. You were right, Henry, he said unhappily. This load was too heavy for me. I should have listened to you. And now I know I need your help. What can I do? Chuffed Henry. You take the freight cars to the toy shop, whistled Thomas, and I'll pick up the children. But we must hurry. Henry chuffed as fast as he could to the toy shop. Thomas puffed around the island as fast as he could. The children cheered when they saw him coming. You won't be late, he whistled as he steamed from station to station. And they weren't. Thomas arrived just in time for the grand opening. It was a magical sight. There were colored lights, balloons, and lots of toys. Sir Topham Hatt declared the toy shop open for the winter holiday season. Everybody cheered. Thomas was so pleased to see the children's happy faces. You were right, Henry, Thomas tooted. In future, I shall leave pulling the heavy loads to you.